Yo, what's up, Pisces? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of December 2018. Pisces, you have the Ten of Chalices right at the center of your reading, but it's in the reverse, so that does suggest some complications in your home life potentially, or for others of you it has to do with difficulty regarding marriage, and that means different things for each of you. Like for some of you, maybe like you want to get married, but there's some kind of difficulty or challenge ahead of you, or for others of you, you're already married and there's difficulty with the combination of home life and marriage. And if that's not the case for others of you, this has to do specifically with your home life. So it's more about your home life for some of you guys. But I would say that if the Ten of Chalices jumped out of the deck in the upright position, I'd say, yeah, everything's on an even keel with your home life, everything's on an even keel with your marriage or marriage prospects potentially. But, because the Ten of Chalices jumped out of the deck in the reverse as your central energy, that does suggest there is some difficulty with this aspect of your life in the month of December 2018. Now, some of you guys, I feel like, are just going back and forth between two options, and for some of you, I feel like this has to do with your love life potentially, because I do see the Two of Wands right there in the reverse. So it's like you have these two options and you just keep going back and forth and you can't figure out which option to pick. And you also have the Two of Pentacles here too. So some of you do have more than one option when it comes to a certain aspect of your life. For a few of you, I feel like this has to do with your love life, and you can't really make a decision about which option you want to go with. And, specifically, I'm seeing certain signs here for you, Pisces. So, for some of you, I am seeing somebody who is a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius potentially, and the reason why I see that is because you do have the Knight of Wands here, which is actually in the reverse, but then you also have the Queen of Wands and the Knave of Wands. So it seems that there's somebody in your life, Pisces, who is either Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius who's pretty important. For some of you, this person could be a love interest potentially, and if that's the case, then that might be one of your two options that you're going back and forth about. If this person doesn't have to do with your love life, then maybe this important Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius from some other aspect of your life, maybe home life, maybe family. Now, I see another option here. It's potentially a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, because you have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse there. So some of you might be going back and forth between a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and those are specifically the signs that I'm seeing in this reading. It doesn't necessarily mean that those signs are resonating in your life, but for some of you, they might be. It could be any other sign. So, if you find yourself going back and forth between two options, regardless of what sign it is, there's a reason right there. You have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Now, if this Knight of Pentacles doesn't have to do with a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn that's in some aspect of your life, then potentially it could mean inefficiency. So, typically when the Knight of Pentacles jumps out of the deck in the upright, it would suggest you are efficient. But because the Knight of Pentacles jumped out of the deck in the reverse, it would suggest some inefficiency in the month of December 2018, and I do say that because I'm also seeing the Ten of Wands as a challenge here for you. So, the Ten of Wands, when it jumps out of the deck in the upright on any other part of the board, it would suggest that, yeah, you're busy, yeah, you have a lot of work, but it's manageable. But the Ten of Wands jumped out of the deck as your challenge card, so that means it's like the work is like overload, like it's an overload. It's like way beyond your capacity to handle on your own, Pisces. So, the fact that you have so much work and the fact that it's beyond probably your capacity to handle on your own is the reason why maybe you're having some inefficiency there. And you also have the Four of Swords as your challenge card, one of your other challenge cards. So when I shuffled the cards this month for you for challenge, what was your challenge going to be? You had the Ten of Wands jump out of the deck. You had the Four of Swords jump out of the deck simultaneously. So, I feel that this lack of rest in your life, Pisces, is due to, this overload. You're just way beyond your capacity at work. But, you do have someone who's willing to lend a helping hand. So, when the Queen of Wands jumps out of the deck in the upright, that suggests there is somebody there, Pisces, who is willing to help. They can pitch in. So, allow whoever this is to pitch in, Pisces. And you do have the World card in the reverse right at the bottom of your reading. And, when the World card's in the reverse, it would suggest that you're not able to integrate with someone like the way you would like to. And I go back to those, Pisces, if you're single, especially if you want to make a connection with somebody, Pisces, then it might be a little bit of a challenge in the month of December 2018. There is a full moon on December 22nd, and it's in an area that has to do with your love life, Pisces. And I feel with this full moon energy, it's more about for those Pisces who are in difficult romances. I'm not saying that all Pisces are going to go splitting up following the full moon on December 22nd, but it is a possibility that some of you might. So I'm not saying it's definite. That is the case for a very select few of you. Now, others of you could just bring some sort of development to your love life, potentially. If you're single, I'm not saying so much that this energy is more about, now all of a sudden something's coming to fruition in your love life. I almost feel like this is more about, for those of you Pisces who have just been holding on and holding on and holding on, to whoever that last person you were with. If you're single, Pisces, I feel like some of you guys are just holding on to whoever you used to be with. And, I feel like this full moon in this area that has to do with your love life on December 22nd is really going to give you what you need to let go of that past romance that's no longer a part of your life, Pisces. And this is also reinforced by the position of the North Node. So the North Node recently just shifted into an area for you last month, Pisces, that has to do with your love life. So it's shifted into the same area where the full moon is going to be resonating for you in the month of December 2018. And the North Node wants to develop something, because the North Node is going to be in this area for you, Pisces, for the next 12 months. And the North Node wants to develop something in your love life. So, allow whatever that is to take shape. And the only way you can do that is by letting go of the old baggage. So, if you've been holding on to a romance that doesn't work anymore, or if you've been, if you're single now and you've been holding on to a past love, then, now's the time to let that go and let the North Node over the next 12 months, develop something positive in your life. Because over the next 12 months with the North Node in this area, something positive can come to fruition and can develop in your love life, Pisces. So you should allow it to do so. And, if this doesn't have to do with your love life specifically, then, a few others of you Pisces are very creative people, you're artists. So, this is something creative that can develop with the North Node in this new position of the sky for the next 12 months for you Pisces. You could really hit home with something artistically. You do have the Knave of Wands in the upright, and I'm really seeing that, if you're not familiar with tarot reading, it's not about the gender on the card. It's about, Knave of Wands could be a man or a woman, but it's definitely somebody who's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So, I'm not saying that's who you should go with, Pisces, for romance, but, if you are a single Pisces, or, if you're a Pisces that's in a romance that's, kind of faltering, and you maybe want to go a different direction, then, I feel that potentially for some of you, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius might be a good option, because, you have, like I said, you have the Knight of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Knave of Wands. So these signs are really resonating through these cards as a potential good option for you. And that's not going to be the case for all of you. It could be any other sign. But the Knave of Wands is definitely a card that has to do with competition. So, potentially some of you Pisces, you like somebody, but, at the same time, like, somebody else likes the same person that you like. So, potentially you might be competing with that person, or, if that's not the case, then maybe there's a few signs who are, a few other people who are competing for you, Pisces. So potentially they're competing for you, but the Knave of Wands is definitely suggestive of competition of some sort. Now, with the Eight of Wands in the upright, in this deck particularly, the Eight of Wands typically has to do with some sort of swift change that could occur in any aspect of your life. But, I'm using this deck this month, and this Eight of Wands has a sort of a Cupid cherub looking sort of figure on it. And I feel that, if there is a swift change in your life, Pisces, I'm not saying there's going to be, but maybe there will be with the Eight of Wands and the upright for a few of you. If there is, I feel like maybe it does have to do with your love life, because like I said, you do have this particular figure on the Eight of Wands in this deck. So maybe a swift change is what some of you really need in the month of December 2018. Like I said, this full moon is totally consistent with that. So, allow the full moon to make the change in your life, Pisces, and then allow the North Node to come in and, over the next 12 months, develop something really positive in your love life. And, I'm going to jump back here real quick to the Knight of Wands in the reverse. If that doesn't have to do with an important Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries in your life, then this would suggest a lack of energy in the month of December 2018, and that just goes hand in hand with these cards right here. I mean, you have the Ten of Wands, you're overworked because it's in the challenge position. You have the Four of Swords, which means that you need to get rest. Potentially, you're not able to get the rest that you need. But it's interesting because you do finish off the month with a really great energy with the Two of Pentacles in the upright. So even though you face it seems that some of you guys are going to face some challenges all month regarding work, potentially, or overload in work potentially. It seems that by the time you finish December 2018 and you're entering into the new year, it seems like some of you guys are going to really feel more organized. So that's a nice change, because the whole month maybe it seems like you're overloaded, but then by the time you hit the end of December 2018, you're feeling more organized. Two of Pentacles in the upright as your outcome card would suggest good time management, adaptability, prioritization. But then you also go back to where you guys are weighing up a couple decisions. So you might be going into the new year trying to make a decision. Maybe you're not going to be able to make the decision, but if you look at this card in other ways, you are, by the end of December 2018, you are balancing various aspects of your life. You are giving enough attention to what you need to do in your job, but you're still also giving enough attention to other aspects of your life that are important as well, family, your love life, and everything else. But I'm seeing like something really positive for you guys over the next 12 months regarding your career, especially because where Jupiter currently just is now, Jupiter recently shifted into an area for you, Pisces, that has to do with your career and it has to do with your professional life, and Jupiter is going to be there for the next 12 months. So with Jupiter in this area, sometime between now and 12 months from now, there might be some sort of positive development in your career or your professional life, some sort of maybe like a nice upgrade of some sort. So I think that's something you should look forward to, Pisces. But thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next year.